getting so serious. It all comes down to this Kyle. One game that seems like Ehome have a very, very solid draft.
Indeed, they do. It's both sides, actually. I like the bag race King Monkey. It's a bit one-dimensional, but it will do damage, and you do get to a point where you'll probably start slaying everything.
How does the lanes work? Because that's what I'm thinking most about. You pick up Monkey King, then the tide comes up as the last one. Does he kind of get that win you're looking for in your lane? How do all the lanes really function?
Well, the thing about it is that if you go with the tide, you Josh, you can still crush a Monkey King. I think 1v1 against Storm, it's an even trade. Storm has very high armor, and it's tough for Monkey to harass him too heavily because you'll keep taking that overload damage, plus the remnants. Ehome, they have the reach advantage. You've always got Storm. You should have a team fight advantage too, because even if you get RP'd as the tide, you're going to be able to cleanse yourself out of it, pop off the ultimate.
Hey, I just want to see the Burger Boys do well. Wait, when did Golems get a dagger? When did Golems get a little sword on their back? Thank you. Look at that. He comes with, oh, that's right, it's the bear courier. He looks like a golem from above, but it's the bear courier with a tiny little sword. That makes sense, because he couldn't turn into a golem. They don't exist on the map yet. They can't do that anyway.
You alright, Toby?
No, I'm not. I'm a little out of it, but don't worry. That's why I got you here.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So happy.
I just need a high-paced game. The level of sarcasm. I just want a high-paced game that isn't just say we've taken a fight and we're pulled back. We're taking a fight, we're pulled back. We're taking a fight, we're pulled back.
It took the Romans the Romans raised Carthage faster than Ehome inevitably winning the game with Megas. And I think that it's got to be demoralizing in some ways for Anvorgesa, because you lose a game and it just feels like you're trying. It's just like you're powerless, right? It'd be cool to see how they bounce back. One game away from elimination. Manager gave an interview saying they had no real expectations coming into this tournament. They just wanted to play some Dots, have some fun. So far, they've done that. Definitely surpassed my expectations.
They really have. The fact that they're even at this position is it's great. They're able to 2-1 win strike before. It's like,
yep.
This is nice. Wait, what? Are they breaking? They're trying to break trees?
I think he was just frustrated. He was trying to get he was trying to cut through or something like that, and Jericho was like MIA. I have no idea.
Oh, he probably wanted Jericho to stand on top so he could wait, no, the good thing is that okay, yeah, we'll just chalk this one up to question mark, just like those 9 marks. They have 3 players ready to fire up on top, and okay, they're even going to go against that. Wraith King's coming to the south. They already want to start a lane switch, and we'll see if Ehome will play the switcheroo. In fact, they're already TPing now Jericho into mid to go against Ferrari.
I mean, he's just it's tough. Whenever you TP first, we've seen this so many times. It never ends well.
Yeah. And maybe Faith Beyond's fine with this, because there's so many melees. That's the crazy thing. You're running 4 melees versus the Tide Hunter. And yeah, K1, they just run him down as much as they can, pick him up, throw him back, and Oracle was, because he TP'd towards the mid, there was no save. And maybe Stinger can get something in return as Faith Beyond's getting tossed around, but Anchor smashes and all that damage is gone.
The problem is that it's a Tide Hunter, right? Like, you're supposed to be up here struggling. He's just going to salve in a moment, and there it is. Whereas you've lost your Wraith King already. He's got to do the walk of shame back bottom because he TP'd down, Toby, and already off to a real rough start in these side lanes. Mid lane,
we're trying to listen to the Monty Python boys and always look on the bright side of life, but right now, this is not the place they wanted to be in. Stinger just chasing Zincu. What's he got? He's got an Empower buff up, and he's just got enough mana for a toss.
Indeed, and again, aggro into a tie, Toby. It never ends well. That's the problem we have here. And you can trade, sure, but realistically, Tiny Mag, you're not going to find kills in this lane. Bottom, never end, already level 2 with boots up. Should be favored here, especially with the support of a Warlock.
At least they have the comfort here of having K1's Wraith King. Like, that's a nice upside. There's a lot of save between Jericho as well as the Wraith King. You know, Wraith King's Reincarnation, you've got obviously your False Promise. These are things that might make it a little bit more difficult for Ehome to get the targets they want to when initiation comes. Of course, the downside is you're basically running a support Tiny who cannot harass 4-3-0. So it's a lot more on Chris to stay really on top of Ferrari. As I should say his name 430.
Either one works, as long as you don't say 430.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the only thing you can't say.
Yeah. It's the one I've always said. In Warcraft 3 Dota, I always called it 430.
Oh, so... Alright.
It doesn't mean I was right back then or right now.
Alright, well, no,
and everyone
get into this.
And he's named after the car, and everyone says that 430. So, yeah, that's it. I'm wrong. One day I'll change it.
That's the key. Trust me, I've gotten used to being wrong, Toby. You don't like it, but you know what? You've got to accept it. That's how it goes. And we will have a more passive laning phase. I feel top, there's just no action really possible unless they've got like Dive's tower. Mid will be a trade back and forth still.
Maybe a crack. There's enough damage to kill off Innocence.
It's too much the same. It's a Warlock versus an Oracle in lane. Not much going to happen here except for a trade. Mid, though, this could be a play.
Smoke up. Maybe they can catch Ferrari if he comes a little bit too far out.
He's just... Problem is, Monkey King's too low. He needs to get the stacks up.
Yep. But if he comes close on Ferrari may engage before Tiny can do anything. So Chris needs to start attacking him right now. So the Avalanche, back Ferrari realizes he stands his ground and he's waiting for the right target. No! Ferrari moved up to the side, which doesn't get tossed back, and Chris is damaged. At least got the buff up. Now ZinQ arrive. The slapdown's available. Stinger, has he got enough to finish the job that they began on Ferrari? One more punch won't do it. He'll need an extra one up the hill and away. Ferrari, does he die in the trees? Jukes it down, but no Stinger. That is a very long reach for a Tiny, but he gets the kill.
And well played. We really needed that. I'm surprised the toss did not connect. It felt like a really easy one there, but...
It's just that one creep that moved off as Ferrari backed up. Just changes who's close up.
I think he was scared that he was going to get his Monkey King killed if there was all of a sudden a storm on top of him.
It's good from Chris that he is able to pick up his stacks too. Like without that, he would never have been able to stay in a fight with Ferrari. You could see Ferrari knowing it. Like he remnanted and turned around and instantly attacked the monkeys. Like, stay away from me. You're not going to get the fall.
It was really good heads up play by 430. But he's got lane control now as well. That's the key for Storm against Monkey middle. Bottom, there's a bit of a chase for these bounty runes. 3-on-1.
Oh, and they're going to take him as well. Nice double control, but even better from ZinQ. The telekeys the ground, they pick him up and throw him back.
Well done. Oh. Mid still the Tiny, trying to get aggressive here on 430.
Need the fourth hit, able to claim it.
Toss back.
Yeah, now to pull him right back into Chris with the slap down, and Ferrari getting caught out once again by Stinger's movement. And this is definitely going to give Monkey a very good start.
Yeah, really well done. And that's the hero that I think has to snowball if you're going to win this game is Anvorgesa. That mid-1 style where you're bouncing through the trees early on, making things happen. No one else is really able to rotate here. Sure, the Tiny could, but not going to be enough damage. You don't want to force your mag to get super aggro with the RPs early on.
They're engaging on Sven on bottom lane. They've only got enough to really follow up until Stinger arrives through the northern side of the trees. They'll get the kill. There's no support that's really going to come to help him out here because Ferrari's doing the long walk from base back to lane, so he's actually going jungle and letting Rubik take the mid.
I think he actually should have done that before. After the first death, you got to get level 6 ASAP. He recognizes that now. He's going to go for the bottom rune and Arcane, but well played, Stinger. He's going to swipe that just out from under his nose.
That's
well done.
So many big stacks. Like if Stinger's able to come up, he's got an Observer Ward, so we could watch this stack happening. But they're going for kills. They're hunting once again. There's your first control. Secondary from the Wraithfire Blast, but Stinger doesn't really have a combination. And they need to see that Ancient stack. If they see this, maybe there's a chance that Anvorgesa is able to actually control it. Yeah, he's seeing all the stacks. ZinQ's going to be here as well. When he'll drop his Observe Ward right in front of Innocence.
That's probably not going to stay around for very long.
No.
At 430 getting a lot from Joe. Will hit 6. And the warding centered around protecting this triple camp to the dire side. I like the decision. You're not in a position as E-Home where you feel forced to do things. You just want to make sure that this Tiny can't wander freely through your woods ignoring you
like this. Just in time to avoid the first avalanche pebble. He's still looking at this stack, wondering what the hell can we do about this. There's an easy clearance until Magnus comes over with the big power. You can get a kill on the Innocence. That's one way you can use it. You don't have extra. It's unavailable. You already used this combination. Actually throwing him closer towards Jericho with the Thunder and Rage right here on tower, as well as seeing Future. He's trying to help on that friend, so the Vibe gets back down the tower. But Squid Battle is trying to hit hard into that friend. The top will cut the kill, but Chris gets this one bit further.
Power Monkey King, all these stuns, you just keep moving, big match like hero. The one downside though from Anvorgesa is once again, they don't have that natural power pusher. It's really just the Wraith King skeletons that can be relied on to building damage. And look at this. Already walking forward 6 times and go for free. Yeah, Jericho has got the wrong side of track. He's going down for the reserve awards. 6 shots up and one will keep him up a little bit longer, so Ferrari's going to get a little bit more back. Does have a reject now. Who cares? I'm going to keep farming stats. Look at the ancients trying to count. There's so many of them. This is the claw, but this is the power of the lock smash. Like he's almost 6. You can already start playing these ancients quite soon.
That regulation is too far away to see this farm happening, but they wanted to watch the ancients more than anything else. And because they put it in such a random spot, both Sentry Ball planted by Ehome did not find it.
Actually, now, he actually won't even go. Level 6, 7 is a bit ambitious, I will say.
Yeah.
And if
Maybe on the next call strength in 70 seconds, he can go for it.
yeah, you just need tomes. That's the big play for Ehome here. You want 6 on Warlock and Rubik. I expect Warlock will take it, Rubik will try and get a lane somewhere. And then you're able to get a bit more aggressive. A lot of nice stuns for Rubik to steal here. But
this is still a nice start.
Yeah, you're feeling good.
From Anvorgesa, like they've managed to at least, again, have these lanes which, like, maybe that doesn't actually work, but they get aggressive, they push for it, and Ravage, okay, they have enough damage to pick up, cancelling the Skewer away, and that will be true with the bounty runes on bottom, going the way of Ehome.
In this bar.
Chris has already got it.
2 levels on the Storm. Now, this is not bad. And the thing is, the big difference for me this game is that you don't have that easy win if the game continues for Ehome, where it's like, oh, well, Naga's out of control, this is over. You can't deal with the lanes. I actually think Anvorgesa, they will outscale if they can maintain this lead, just because of the mag factor. It's so easy for them if they get a bit of map control to just eat through the jungle and still maintain a measure of aggression in the enemy woods. And you can see right now the invis from Crystal.
Yeah, he's got
A great setup. He's got no skilled though.
there's a friend nearby is Ferrari. Where does he want to go on? As your first attack, combining with the Avalanche, Neverend's already committed his own stun. Chris is still wondering if this is the time to finally pounce. It is time for Monkey to evaluate his role as king. Yeah, Chuck down, get the hell out of there. Double TP's arriving from Ehome. He goes to the quick balance strike, gets a stun to the back line, and now Skewer RP committed over, but the storm Ferrari, he was so quick to zoom back out again with the RP soul because they get close to they got the connection. It's the fatal balls is hurting so much thing and stop taking damage. He'll end up dying, but Faith Beyond jumped forward to ensure that Jericho went the whole way down.
They just didn't have the Wraith King there. Maybe it works out if so, but that's the danger of fighting into a Warlock. 3 points, Fatal Bombs, the Golem coming out, and you have RP stolen on Zenq. If they don't know this is here...
He's in the trees. He can catch 3 guys in just 1 second. They all come in. There's the 2. Singer's TP took a little bit longer to the Avalanche. We got to do some work for the Fatal Bombs. Getting everyone together. The follow-up done to Zenq will fall down. But the Wraith King burning his reincarnation. She's slowing innocent and Faith Beyond's retreat. But Ferrari has returned back to the fight. Another slap, able to get the hit. While Jericho, I don't think that's exactly where he wanted to be. As the Vortex pulls it in, he can't be saving grace. They just keep going, and Faith Beyond could almost take it to do it. Still working with Innocent's Golem, which will now time out. Underneath the tower, they can't even get the kill on the goal for it.
Just too aggressive. It's the RP, it's the Fatal Bonds. If you're fighting into that much team fight, you're going to struggle. And keep in mind, there was a full Midas farmed up by Neverend as this went on. He's just AFK racing in this bottom lane. Still with that huge Ancient stack. I do believe they might give it to Faith Beyond here. Ravage will be up in a moment. And the downside of this Anvorgesa lineup, of course, is the lack of team fight. They need to be ahead and then just out-farm, out-fight, control this bottom triple camp of the Dire Jungle, and they stick on their side here. I just don't know if they're going to be able to contest the team fight of Ehome in an even game. When they're ahead, sure, their DPS is crazy, but I don't know if you want to be trading. That will be a mech up on Mag soon. Whisper looking to help his teammates sustain here.
Yeah, he's trying to get Cave 1 in range of that Radiance. At least cause some levels of problems for Ehome, but does that really hurt? It doesn't seem to hurt Ferrari. It won't hurt Tidehunter.
Stack Ancients now spending forwards.
God, that's so much money. QZM going to help him with the stuns, the fade bolts, any kind of bonus control. Mean that Neverend doesn't have to get completely ripped apart by the Ancients.
They did it so efficiently. They didn't take damage, or at least as little as possible, and because of the Arcanes, they didn't really use any mana either. Just tons of space and farm for Neverend, and they stacked the hard camp, so just out-efficiencying Anvorgesa at the moment.
Jericho's being started up on. The Army of the Dead is here to fight.
I like how Faith Beyond's been playing this. Like, you, as Tide, you're naturally immobile, so just get up in the mouth of the enemy side. Make yourself a target. You've got Ravage to hold on to.
Is the face not enough? It has to be in the mouth. You gotta silence
ideally.
Oh, Stinger. Well, that may reveal they have, well, he's saying there's an Observe Ward there, but there isn't.
Look, he's just hanging the tower. He's got Blast, he's got Phase Boots, 15 armor. You can't go. You can't do this. Do not toss back the Tide. Please no.
They're very uncertain about it.
But keep in mind, this is what eHome, they're just still in the side lanes, right? You've got Storm farming Bob, Sven farming Bob, but 3 heroes. Ensure that 4 heroes of Anvorgesa stay mid. It's definitely favoring eHome. These stagnant games this far. Wraith King is huge, however. With the Midas Rush, we'll be going Radiance next. It's a big pickup. The name of the game is just going to be killing these supports. If you're Anvorgesa, you got to get the Warlock. eHome, you kill Oracle, all of a sudden, anybody else is no save to rely upon. It's much easier to win fights.
It's hard to get to the back lines right now. Monkey's too scared to move through the tree lines. The panel is saying there's so many tree cutters inside of eHome's lineup. All 3 O's ready. He only has to do is just zip through that tree and Monkey will hit the deck. So Chris, gotta be careful. The trees start to wiggle. Oh, 1 quick vortex. Jericho, big pull back in. Support rotating in. Zincu, the bonus damage for that Rabbit. He's on toss with the rock. Will drop. The battle spot starts connecting them all up together. This is when the follow-up damage starts to arrive. Whispering Jericho, they want something Chris. Lucky to actually the other three. No, he drops down before the Rubicon command. Can finally come out. He can try again if he wants to, but never ends running forward. He moves over towards the RP. The RP twice. He can't get it out the whole way. Innocence is able to run away as this Warlock just fight yet another day away from all with the Wukong's command, but it's not stopping End or Faith Beyond from thinking they can battle against Chris because the Wukongs will run out. Finally, Warlock will die. And Stinger, they actually overstated their welcome. They took so long to try and kill off this Monkey King. But they'll end up losing this Ven, and they're pushing for more. Jericho of all the heroes has actually got a triple kill. Now they can actually kill off the Tide Hunter. 5 heroes surround the mound, looking for the crack. The RP, they just need to hold him there, and they've got him down. eHome lose the whole kit and caboodle, giving Jericho an ultra kill on the Oracle.
Way too aggressive, Toby. I get that you want to kill the Monkey King, but it's just to Sven. His ult was fading, and you have a Tide Hunter that had already gushed. You're not going to find that kill reliably, and the RP still active. Do remember that there were 2 buybacks used on the Mag and the Tiny. That is most of the reason eHome get wiped there. They do, however, clear the tower. They got 2 bounty runes on the bottom side of the map. Both tops still were there. A minute and 30 after spawning. And there's the Radiance, though. They couldn't fight it without it.
Yep, and it actually got sped up. Not as much as you probably would have thought, because most of the kills actually went to Oracle. So I'm wondering what he's going to put his money into. And it's going to be a Glimmercape by the looks of it.
This is the Anvorgesa special, right? They're happy with this. They got Wraith King. He's 2k ahead of the game. Sure, Sven is close, but I'm really not a fan of the Sanjay Nyasha build, I'll be honest. I think that the Echo Saber is just more efficient, and it's going to slow down this BKB timing. And pre-BKB, it's going to be very difficult for Neverend to get into these engagements.
Yeah. He basically just did that last one on the ground, like next time. Like, okay, well, what do we do here? We look.
Yep.
Can't move forward.
Just tough to engage. And Ferrari with the Bloodstone Rush actually skipping the Kaya. Not something you see very often. Means his farming speed has been hurt, and that's why you see him at just 6k net worth. Never a spot you want to see Storm. You like it top 3, you're feeling good, but when you're in 5th place, significantly below your offlane Tide just does not feel good.
That's a really nice pickup now from eHome. So a blink backer on that Rubik. We've seen him already be able to grab some key abilities, but if you're able to steal RP, then it can actually be effectively used, as opposed to, I don't know if I can hit my target.
Yeah, but this is where the draft of Anvorgesa gets spooky, because you have an empowered Wraith King. I think you get Sven, Khalid.
Really?
No, it was really not necessary, Toby, but they do find the kill. Another single target Ravage utilized by Faith Beyond.
God strength and Ravage being burned.
God strength is fine. The Ravage is rough, because now you could theoretically make a play for
look
Roche.
at him.
And look, it's
straight away
on it, right? You know, like, oh, we overutilized the spell here. Let's make sure they don't go get an objective based on our mistake. You still have the Golem. You still have Fatal Bonds. And John committed hits for Shanto. We know what happens then.
Well, that's a nice rune to pick up from Whisper. An Invis rune, considering he doesn't have an easy way to initiate. They're going to start this off, looking for Innocence in the back lines. If you get to get both Xingqiu as well as Innocence, that's the bigger one. But careful of coming in range of the sentry wards. They're both being planted down. Now they have to get rid of it. Whisper is very much like, oh, I still want to use it.
No,
I want to save my Invis rune.
We gotta be careful on the Sven here. There's a lot of trouble.
Oh, he's coming underneath the Observer Ward. He didn't realize the ward was so defensive. So they're all just wrapping around the back of him. He's in no man's land. It's like, all right, if you want to come for me, come for me. I'll farm up the creep wave. Denying the creep, so we can't even get the money.
Jericho takes the kill again. Of all the heroes that don't get the money right now.
Stop nuking it, Jericho. Stop nuking it. This is greedier than Yapsel.
They saw the smoke for sure. Ehome's going to immediately retreat. And this is a bit... I can discipline here. If they had waited half a second. I love this rotation, but Ehome will certainly know that it's coming. And it's tough because you've got a buyback. No buyback on Sven. He actually spent his gold beforehand. So Roche could be your target. Counter smoke. Just follow the Faith Beyond Tide. Are they going to go to the other side of the jungle? They might.
They are. They have no Ravage for 48 seconds, and they don't feel confident. Again, you see, like, Rock and Bombs are there, but they're nowhere near it. They're like, this will be Roshan.
This reminds me of that first complexity game against Mineski yesterday, where they got a Roche, and then they beeline to the enemy side of the map. You find a kill, an advantageous fight. Because you have so much structure damage thanks to the Empower buff, Wraith King, you're going to crush the buildings. You just need one now. It's just finding it, that's the question.
Did Ehome not think they would be confident to go back for Roshan?
Maybe they just didn't want to contest it. I'm not surprised necessarily, since you didn't have the Ravage.
Oh, here we go. Stop. Innocence gets kicked. He came in for the team. Well, they knew where the Observer was. He did get it. He did definitely get it. He just didn't get out with it. And there's two sentry wards they've actually committed, and they smoked underneath the dire.
Yeah, just again another smoke. It's one of those smokes where it's like, hey, let's do something, guys, and it's just not an organic movement. It's going to be sniffed out by Ehome. Won't be able to do much with it. Do they have wards? No wards even to place.
The blink also on the Magnus. If Ehome was looking for it, it would have been revealed.
Yeah.
Because he TP'd onto the shrine where that Observer Ward is, so it's paid off mass dividends for Ehome.
And there's a Bloodstone up on Storm. This next fight for Anvorgesa is huge. It's going to be a 5-on-5, and even with Aegis, you can't. Do not dive into Blink Ravage. Do not give Storm these Bloodstone charges. Instead of all the targets, 2,500 HP. Free God Strike. Don't go for him, boys.
Sting is here. He's the only one that's offering himself up at the moment. Is in the trees. There's a jump forward, throwing him back into the Oracle, but the Storm already came out. Chris, he got off the tree just in time. The Rock now with a strike down the Rabbit to connect. Everyone's hit the hamburger. It's currently being thrown on the floor, and even the team has been stolen by the Rubik. He's waiting for the right time to fire for the rest of the work. This is looking pretty damn good. Storm was almost dead. Ferrari's so low, and if he could have boundless hit, Chris is looking for it. If he can hit Ferrari, and if Ferrari's managed to heal up enough, you're in too deep, but there's your RP. Xingqiu holds him in with the Stormball, and he's going to hold the damage in the world for this, and maybe Jericho will finally die. The stream of 503 gold is taken, while Reincarnation will bring K1 back to life. I don't think he really wants to be here. Tiny has to do something to help out his teammate. The Avalanche stop. It's over on Ferrari with his shot. That's so miss! It didn't hit on Ferrari! It's a double kill for Ferrari. Chris slipping in his TP away to safety. He'll be successful. But my God, they could have had the kill on Storm 3 separate occasions. It never happened, and Ehome will hold strong with a buyback. Sven being the cost.
Remember,
Radiant's top tower
buyback
is
used.
under
Look at the net worth. Wraith King still solely in the lead. That fight was near perfect for 2Ehome when you consider like 3-man Golem, 4-man Fatal Bonds, the Ravage on everyone. But there's just so much damage threat from Anvorgesa. They had the BKB on the Monkey King. You have a Wraith King with the ultimate active. You're so strong. You can see they're shredding whoever's in range. It's just that they went too far. They smelled blood. They're diving past the tier 3. Excellent setup by Zinky with the Rubik though, because they time. He hesitates for that 2 seconds, gets the RP as the Sven keeping in to be able to follow up stun, and more. Look at the Bloodstone, all of a sudden 19 charges for Ferrari and an Arcane Rune. That's what scares me. The Anvorgesa lineup is like all in on these 2 cores. Storm will have that reach advantage to find one of them.
Yeah.
They're not careful.
God, it still shows they have the damage. This is a lot closer than we were probably thinking it was going to be. Game 1, we thought it could be potentially heartbreaking for them, but Anvorgesa, they hold strong. They group up. They've still got a lot of different things that allow them to just stay and stand in this fight. But they need to have like the RP being the proper aggressor.
Yeah. It was
and
a bit delayed.
end up getting the kill from the start there. But how do you do that? The Monkey King takes a while to rack up that high point of damage, so it just has to come from the Wraith King hit.
Yeah, I mean, look how hard he's hitting with the power. It's 300 damage, 3 crits.
Okay, yeah, maybe he's okay then.
And I think you could look to keep going. I feel like if you swap roles here, 2Ehome's going to at least force the rest of the squad back to base. But it's tough because you know Ravage is up, and it's the same when you're playing against Disruptor. Storm gives you that similar threat of, I can jump you from afar. If you split up, TP too soon on some hero, you're going to get punished. There, the map you just left. But I like this decision. Just camp the 2Ehome side of the map, steal their Ancients, and ward offensively. You've already cleared bottom tower. You can get mid next. Just got to be careful.
They're getting a lot of information across the map, so yeah, if 2Ehome does come out.
Yeah, you want to start with the toss back. If you can do that, it's a great positioning for you because you force 2Ehome to use their spells further forwards than they would like. 2Ehome wants to like kind of drag you into the Thunderdome and drop the Fatals all AoE.
Can you actually like toss back to the Wraith King instead of the Oracle?
Yeah, that would work. That would be nice.
That would be a little bit nicer because then at least you can hit the Wraith Fire Blast mid-transit and you get hit on the way down.
Yeah, and you force 2Ehome to use their spells right away at the start of the fight. Ravage and Golem are best used like as the fight has already developed, and now it's the way you set up your kills. That ward saw the smoke. They should know this is coming. Line was drawn. Radiant, they're scanning it out.
Yeah, they want to see the direction they're coming. That's why Monkey moves to the trees and far, far away. And wow, well, they're coming for 25-minute bounty runes, but they'll only get 2 of them.
Stupendous!
It's a typical 2Ehome move. I think that you should expect this from now on as Anvorgesa. I believe in both games they've smoked on over half the bounty runes, just to ensure that they get the 2. They recognize the importance. Still a completely even game. However, the Wraith King's damage output is insane. The turning point is going to be like this AC. That's where I feel like the peak timing for Anvorgesa is. Roche spawn will be around that moment as well. But as this game continues, you look at the cores, 2Ehome will have a lot more power. The Rubik is far more valuable than either of the enemy supports because you can steal that RP.
Yep.
You can steal the...
And you can see the way he's playing it. He's forced off into Aghanim Scepter. First you need the position, then you're able to get that quick steal with the upgrades.
Another smoke used.
Yeah.
All ults ready.
2Ehome's looking for a fight, and this isn't exactly when Anvorgesa want to look for a fight. They haven't got the Maelstrom out on the Monkey King. It's coming on the courier at the moment, but they'll have no other choice to go in for it. The control is over on Magnus. Faith Beyond, stunned up by the never-ending avalanche. The Waffle can take over on the volume 4. Ravage! He actually threw in the Tidehunter to get the perfect Ravage position. And even power is then stolen by the Rubik.
Dire's middle
Sorry, the only 2. That was way better than it could have been there.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. That toss back on Tide is just that moment was like, no!
Yeah, it looks spooky, but Ferrari used a ton of mana in the initial jump, so he wasn't able to pursue. He doesn't want to get himself out of mana because that damage threat. If you find yourself in melee damage for Wraith King, you see him critting that kettle for 975, like you will just die. Gotta be very cautious.
So now they can have their items.
AC will be out soon.
Max with his mech, Monkey's got his Maelstrom. Sure, go for it.
Yeah, but just playing around the Wraith King, that's the key.
Dire's middle tower is under
You've got
attack.
no ults on 2Ehome.
Well, they see Ferrari. They have control.
Yeah, it's tough. You don't want to go for Faith Beyond ever. Not with the way he's itemized.
He knows it too. I'll sit underneath my tier 2 tower. They're probably all around me, but I won't care. There comes in. Chris is going to go for it anyway. They've got the stuns, the control, the pop already. The RP just looking to keep the control there. Faith beyond, they all want to retreat. They want to get themselselves out of this one. There's a Wraith Fire Blast on connected into the Wraith King.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Pick him up, throw him back in again, but Wraith King is fine.
Sven's still just been farming, took a tower in the meantime. And as the clock ticks...
Up. Chris, he jumped out just in time, trying to bait Ferrari to jump in a little bit deeper. They find a bit of target. It's going to be the ball lock with the shockwave. They get the kill. Whisper is the one to do it.
That's how you got to do it. Keep going aggressive with K1. Let him be the one that tanks the spells.
Come at me, bro. Come at me. Morpheus into the ring. Here's your toxin. Warlock with that fight back. Please run the ball. But here comes the Wukong's command. Right underneath the tower. They can kill off the Warlock. That's a dive back. Remember that they on the side. He fight inside the Wukong. But eHome is not allowing it. Everett, he's on the run up towards Stinger. But these stuns, these controls, it lasts forever. Now the BKB is more off. Even with Boundless, right, they get the control. 105 seconds down. With down to defend. They don't have a control factor. Ferrari's low on mana. What he makes steal skewer. Yep, that's going to be it. But they're coming high ground. They're coming for all your burgers, eHome. No start with the mid.
It's hitting so hard. You can't kill him. You can see that they're just... If you try and dive past the team, they're smacking.
They're in. Faith Beyond, Ferrari's looking for the back lines to initiate over to Faith Beyond is fully crossed. Zinky wants to help out. The Avalanche connecting on 3, killing up the Titan. The buyback is available. They're going to lose this mid lane of Rax. But how much more can Anvorgesa take from them? There's still 71 seconds before Sven is alive. They're going for the bottom lane. They have reincarnation. Why not?
Yeah, and Ferrari does no damage. It's the problem with Storm, especially when you start this game so slowly. Yeah, you got 21 football charges, but he's just zipping around. He's a distraction, not the damage output.
But if he gets hit by that avalanche, he is toast.
Yeah.
So much is on the line here. Keep in mind, this is a limit. This is an elimination game. Anvorgesa is fighting to keep themselves alive. They're fighting hard. They're taking 2 lanes of melee racks. And eHome are backed into a corner. And Anvorgesa, you know they're not going to stop here.
Yeah, it's damage.
They still want to fight.
It's all about the damage. And right now, eHome, you've got to line up focused around damage reduction, around reach, mobility. But Anvorgesa just hitting you in the face.
The swing up. Storm's coming out. Faith Beyond as well. Careful. They want the Warlock. They see the Warlock.
No buyback.
He's in the back line. Innocent. He needs to die. He's going to create his space with the Ravage. Connecting on all 5 heroes. And the run. This is when it turns around. Innocent can dive. He's already committed everything he needs to. Sting the TP out of successful. He had nothing. But he still able to survive. And Anvorgesa not only going to get out, but they're going to kill Faith Beyond outside the base. They're actually going to do it. The false promise. He's Jericho alive away from Innocence's rock. They're actually going to live through this.
They do way too much damage, Toby. It doesn't matter. eHome hits the dream combination. Ult, rock, fatal bonds, 4 targets. It does not do anything. They do not kill anyone. It was just the Tiny who was at a threat of going down. And
he got out. He TP'd hard.
There's just no damage. Never end. This build, I'm just not a fan. Sanj and Yasha blink after BKB. There's no true damage item on the Sven, and it's 30 minutes into the game. You can't kill anyone.
Man, I think you said it perfectly. Ferrari zipping around and don't have any influence. All the mana in the world, but nothing he can. He's trying to build a BKB, so this continuous stun from Stinger, the Ray Fire Blast, all these control factors, like, I don't know if that's enough. If the RP connects on him, he's dead.
And you're at a point now in the Oracle, like Jericho, with 8 kills, he's got Force and Glimmer. Even if you manage to find him, you're not going to be able to take him down by yourself. Like, the damage output just is not there. And if you even look at the way that he talented, right? A lot of times you see Storms go the right side of this tree, overload damage, remnant damage, increased stun time. Instead, he went for the health and mana regen. It's been a game that Ferrari's been playing for 40, 45 minutes, that 4th, 5th item, but he's not going to get there at this rate because Anvorgesa, they're just heading straight for the base.
Yep. They won that top lane. That graph has shifted massively up. eHome had the experience lead. An 84% chance of victory. That looks about right. But eHome Don't count them out. Ferrari zipping in. Okay.
Cool. Cool, guys.
He's gonna go again. Creep wave's still there. Fadebot will slow things down. I like how we get a picture to watch where Ferrari's gonna jump because he's sitting on the back line. They're fading with the illusion. They up with the illusion. They caught behind as well. Remember, there's no rapid development. They're trying to be inside the work on command. Jesus, indeed. No resurrection for him, but there isn't a buyback available. Ferrari can now ball lightning away a little bit further. But he's going in. He wants to kill over on instance. There's still no rock. The solid RP. He can do some work. But then again, have they got enough? Never end. He's doing a decent job, but not against K1. Ferrari still wondering what he's got with Vic and Super G. So he's back on the avalanche, pulling it back in with the shockwave. It's like watching a back combination. It's perfect, and it's GG. The Hamburglar Rage of Pantry. They will force a game 3, a deciding game to see who will advance forward into the final 4, the playoffs, where 2 teams will go to the major. And the winner of this series plays up against NIP. That was a lot better.
You can see everyone else is a lot better. These react